It is indeed a pleasure for me to be among you this morning. And I thank you, Madam, for your remarks about me, and you, ladies and gentlemen, for endorsing them. The topic on which I intend to focus my professional attention today is holistic view, enhancing sexual health and well-being. Well, health is a complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease or infirmity. I intend to focus my professional attention mainly on the sexual health. At the outset, let me clarify that sexual potency is inseparable from the total vitality of the whole body. So what is good for the whole body is good for sex. And my talk, I'm going to focus in such a way, not just what to do about it, but how to go about it. Well, how a man gets aroused, either by the sight or the taste or touch, there is a sex center in the brain. When the messages are enough, the further messages go through the spinal cord. There is flow of blood, and a man gets hard on, and a woman gets wet. Well, of course, you require hormones to complete the sexual response arc. What I want to tell you is that brain and nerves stimulate, heart and blood vessels circulates, hormones regulates, local tissues, muscles, and bones facilitates. Any garbage anywhere, it can disrupt the entire sexual response cycle. Sexual response cycle consists of desire, arousal, and orgasm. What is desire? What is sexual desire? My definition would be, it's an instinctual inclination towards sensual gratification. In man, it would lead to arousal, that is erection. When the sexual arousal reaches further, it reaches what is known as orgasm. Ejaculation is a dispensable pelvic physiological concomitant. But in case of female, what happens? Desire leads to arousal, that is lubrication. Lubrication is the barometer of sexual arousal. When it reaches the peak, she reaches orgasm. What happens when a woman reaches orgasm? Orgasm is like a sneeze. If a woman has had one, she knows about it. Otherwise, any attempt to explain it is like explaining a rainbow to a blind man. The litmus test by which I find out orgasm is, if a woman comes and tells me, Doc, I got that feeling of enough and nothing more, she has reached climax. Please remember, a woman does not ejaculate as men do. Well, where do you get this energy from? Sexual potency is inseparable from the total vitality of the whole body. Nutrients. In presence of oxygen, it converts into energy. So more oxygen, more conversion, more energy. Ayurveda, the food plays an important role. Food is medicine. Anna hi aushadham is the concept only in Ayurveda. Modern medicine does not have that. What are the best things, simple things? Number one is Amla in the morning. Amla is rasayan. What is the meaning of rasayan? Rasayan means which retains the youth and delays the process of growing old. It's anti-diabetic. It doesn't reduce the blood sugar, but it reduces the complications of blood sugar, which no medicines have. Allopathy does not have anything. Homeopathy does not have anything. It's only Ayurveda takes care of the complications of diabetes. Second, cow's ghee is a rasayan. And it's also not only rasayan, it's also a vajikar. Means it improves your sexual strength. Charak, the famous authority, was asked, which is the best sex tonic? Do you know what he advised? It says, interesting and interested partner asking to be enjoyed. Rock sugar. Why? Cow's ghee? Charak describes it. Cow's ghee advocates mental tranquility and sharpens the memory. It reduces acidity, avoids constipation, does not increase cholesterol. And he said cow's ghee and not buffalo's ghee. Do you know why? He mentions that the strength which the ox has got, the male buffalo does not have. Nobody can dispute this. Second, Ayurveda mentions very categorically, chew the food properly. क्योंकि पेट को दांत नहीं होते, सीधी बात है. So if you chew it properly, digestion would be better. And if you digest the food properly, assimilation would be better. Another thing, when will you drink water? With food? Before food? During food? After food? This is wellness. I'm going to talk about how to go about it. What to go about? I mean, the whole Google is with you. Remember one thing. Never drink water before or immediately after food, because it will reduce the digestive juices. So digestion would be hampered. In turn, assimilation would be hampered. खाओगे लेकिन बदन को लगेगा नहीं. There are hormones. I always give a try of phytoestrogens or phytotestosterone to the males and females before giving them synthetic hormones. Estrogen, soya, any woman can have it. Plant-based estrogen, 20 grams per day is more than enough. Fenugreek contains both testosterone as well as estrogen. You'll be surprised to know that testosterone is equally, if not more important for female than even for males. Because testosterone is one thing which enhances the desire, and it is only thing which is important for the sensitivity of her nipples and the private parts. Not estrogen. Estrogen is the one which makes her female. Testosterone, very simple. उड़द की दाल, काली दाल जो आती है, 2 कटोरीज of black उड़द दाल, लहसुन और हींग का तड़का लगा के गाय के घी में हफ्ते में 2 बार अगर इंसान खाएगा, you can balance your testosterone well. Even if you are on synthetic testosterone, your requirement would be much less. And if someone like Anurag Batra believes in astrology, I would advise them to have this शनिवार और मंगलवार को, क्योंकि वो अनुमान के दिन. शास्त्र बताता है, शास्त्र बताता है. Well, most important thing, why Ayurveda does not work? Perhaps we are not following it properly. Do you know Charak and Vagbhat both mentioned it very, very clearly, very categorically, that you can't paint on a dirty cloth. Ma'am, any questions? Yeah? You can't paint on the dirty cloth. Similarly, for the medicines to be effective, the body needs to be niram. That's the pure state and not in the impure state. I have yet to come across even an Ayurvedic physician asking this question prior to implementing the therapy. That's why perhaps the medicines are not working. If you want Ayurveda to work, we have to follow the basic principles. How do you find out whether your body is impure or pure? Very simple. Your tongue will be coated in case of impurity. Even if you try to clean it, it will not go. Second, when you go to the toilet, the stools will sink. Ideally, it should flow. So these are simple things which can help you a lot. I use these principles in my history taking, even before prescribing allopathic medicine, and it works better. Well, allopathy advocates, faster acting. There are no two doubts about it. If the patient's anxiety is acute, if the depressions are deep, if the paranoia is pervasive, if the marital hostilities are malignant, and if the defenses are rigid, there are medication in allopathy. Within a week or two, you can come back to normal. Indeed, it has got side effects. Same thing with neurology. Another thing, vascular. They've got fantastic medicine like PDE5, Viagra and associated medicines. I must have given it to more than 15,000 patients at KEM hospital alone. There are no life-threatening things in it. It is relatively very, very safe. Relatively very, very safe. There are three available: sildenafil, tadalafil, and vardenafil. All are simple. You need to take it about an hour before. Does not create an erection. But if you have got 20% erection, it will take you to 95%. Most of the common causes for divorce is what? Sexual incompatibility. You look at Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Madras, anywhere. This drug doesn't have problem in desire. It improves the quality of erection and also sustenance. Most problem occur, a man has desire, gets hard on, but is unable to penetrate. That's why the marriages are unconsummated. I must have saved about more than 500 marriages just because of this medication. Use it properly. Safe. But I must tell you, tablets, I would prefer films. Tablets you take, you go inside the stomach, then goes inside, so 50% of it gets destructed, then goes to the liver and then works. There are films available. You take it in the mouth, it gets absorbed directly, the action starts within 10 minutes as against 45 minutes with the tablet. And it bypasses liver. Safe. These are available since 5 years. Synthetic hormones are also wonderful. Female hormones, estrogen. Suppose if the woman is in close to menopause, if she has desire, she gets, but lubrication takes longer time. Perhaps she requires little hormones because lack of estrogen can lead to atrophy of the vaginal epithelium. Hormones can do wonders within a couple of weeks. Same case with male testosterone. But use a testosterone undecorated which bypasses liver, which is safe. Even if you give it for 10 years. Yes, if an elderly person is there, you need to get his PSA done before implementing it. Exercise. Very simple thing. Walking. Most important exercise. But you must ask when one should walk, where one should walk, and how one should walk. Best is walk in the morning. So you get additional benefit of sunlight anywhere from 10 o'clock or around that time. Where one should walk. Go in a park. Better oxygenation. How one should walk. HIIT, high intensity interval training. Ayurveda, Unani system both mentions walking. In the days of old, there were no medicines. Two things used to help them for the tranquility of mind. One is old cow's ghee and second is long walks. And there were two varieties of walking which has been described. One is chankraman, that is walking. And those who are having emotional disturbances, they used to have chakraman. This is by Charak. Whatever I am telling you is on the basis of Charak, Shushur or Vagbhat of Ashtanga. Second thing is simple exercises, PC exercises, pelvic floor muscle exercise. Very simple, all of us can do this. Breathe in, hold the breath, try to pull the genitals upwards. The phenomena is akin to if you have urge to pass urine and if you want to hold it, what do? Same thing. This takes care of the anterior portion of the pubococcygeus muscle. Same thing. Breathe in, hold the breath, and try to contract the anal sphincter. This takes care of the posterior portion of the pelvic floor muscles. 5 seconds anterior, 5 seconds posterior. Wait for 10 seconds. Repeat this exercise about 10 times in the morning, 10 in the evening. You can get very good results within 12 to 24 weeks. Proved. Quality of erection improves. Quality of lubrication becomes better. Quality of orgasm improves. Exercises play a great role if done properly. Same thing for the females. Because females, the vagina and urethra both are encapsulated in the same musculature. So you do the same exercises. That's why the personal health can be looked after very well. Quality of orgasm would be better. Laxity of vagina can be prevented very well. Yoga can be of great help. Physical health. Surya Namaskar balances the endocrine balance. Vajroli Mudra and Ashwini Mudra are nothing but the same thing which I have narrated. Vajrasan. The meaning of Vajra is like a diamond or a thunderbolt. Means hardest thing. How do you sit in Vajrasan? You sit like something like this. We all know that. I'm just demonstrating it. Come on, sit like this. Very simple. Now what do we do? When I am doing like this, I am sitting like this. Second heart, that is the calf muscles, I am reducing my flow of blood in the extremities and increasing my flow of blood in the abdomen as well as in the pelvis. In the abdomen, more oxygenation, it will help better digestion. Ideal to do after lunch. And moreover, there is more flow of blood in the private part, leading to hardness of the penis and proper lubrication in vagina. These are all proved things scientifically. Shavasana, I was with Dr. K.K. Date, the famous cardiologist, and it tranquils the mind without any doubts, reduces the blood pressure. Pranayam, very, very important, takes care of the physical as well as mental health. But remember, प्राणायाम का मतलब क्या होता है? श्वासोच्छ्वास की गति को अवरोध करके प्राण का आयाम करना, उसे प्राणायाम कहते हैं. ले लो भाई तस्वीर. I love photography. No, do you know why? Because sex and photography both develop in dark. And both you need to click. Well, where were we? Pranayama, yeah. So breathe in, hold the breath, which is very important, and then breathe out. So Purak, Kumbhak is very important, and then Rechak. The ratio of prana, Patanjali advises 1:4:2. 5 seconds breathe in, 20 seconds hold, 10 seconds breathe out. Modern medicine recently proved that inspiratory hold can be of great value because it prevents alveolar collapse of the lung, hence leads to better oxygenation. So sometimes we feel that what we prescribe was prescribed centuries ago. What we call research is perhaps re-search. Avoid 3S. These 3 S's are not good for the big S. To enhance the arousal, devote some more time in the foreplay. Be innovative. New positions. कहते हैं ना कि जो मजा सफर में है वो मंजिल में नहीं. Foreplay to sex is like warm up to exercise. Easy to omit, but crucial for good results. That's what Mickey Mehta says. Second, and also afterplay. Afterplay is also very important. Otherwise, the woman will feel that she was used like a sleeping pill. Little cuddling, little talking. It helps a lot. Richard J. Cross mentions that the most important thing in the afterplay is play. Vatsayana, 1600 years ago, mentioned that afterplay is very important, and he devoted an entire chapter on Kama Sutra. And he mentioned that if a man is unable to perform by one way or the other, he must satisfy her by panibanthan, that means masturbation, auparishtikam, oral sex, or apadravya, artificial means. 1600 years ago. Even the poets have talked a lot about afterplay. आप शेर शायरी पसंद करते हो? हाँ कि नहीं यार, आवाज नहीं आता है. बिल्कुल. जानिसार अख्तर, जावेद फादर, remembers his own afterplay कि तुझको गए हुए तो बहुत देर हो चुकी. तुझको गए हुए तो बहुत देर हो चुकी, अब तक तुझे गले से लगाए हुए हैं हम. What a beautiful afterplay. Virag Gorakhpuri once sang in Delhi. That वस्ल के बाद आईना तो देखे दोस्त, माने मिलन के बाद आईना तो देख. मिलन मीन्स इंटरकॉर्स. वस्ल के बाद आईना तो देखे दोस्त, तेरे जमाल, जमाल मीन्स रूप, एंड दोषीज की मीन्स कुंवारापन. वस्ल के बाद आईना तो देखे दोस्त, तेरे जमाल की दोषीज की निकर आई है. एंड आफ्टर दैट the entire mushara was stopped by Jigar Muradabadi. That happened in Delhi. Well, sunset focus exercises are the most important. It rekindles or reawakens the dampened sexual responses. It dissolves the monotony. Masterson Johnson developed this, under whom I did my undergraduate and postgraduate workshop training. There is intercourse is off limits, and the couple is immersed in a situation of physical intimacy short of intercourse. Touch each other, convey to each other their likes and dislikes, and the sensual pleasure is enhanced. बात सिर्फ ये है कि whatever is sensual can be sexual. Whatever is sexual need not be sensual. कहने का मतलब ये है कि मोहब्बत की आखिरी मंजिल, I mean, sex can be the climax of love, but love need not be the climax of sex. मेरा कहने का मतलब है मोहब्बत, प्यार, अनुराग की आखिरी मंजिल हम बिस्तरी हो सकती है, लेकिन हम बिस्तरी की आखिरी मंजिल मोहब्बत हो या अनुराग हो वो जरूरी नहीं. Just remember, sensual is sexual. Well, sexual literacy is very important. Any case which I see, any case, whether the problem is psychological or organic, whether it is physical or mental, anxiety is a common feature. There is anxiety over a sexual situation, which is brought about by the negative feelings, which get into conflict with the experience of failure. The failure recurs, anxiety increases, and a vicious cycle gets set up in which hostility, shame, guilt, fear becomes the part of the pattern for any potency problem. Unlike West, this particular anxiety in our country is born out of myths and misconceptions. Myths about masturbation, myths about value of semen, myths about penis size, not only among uneducated, also among educated, full-fledged doctors, judges, everybody. The most common myth I'll give you, telling patient masturbation is normal, that is not enough. Everybody knows. Patient needs to be convinced that he is normal. You see, after I had a training abroad and got certified, I used to come and talk about masturbation, something like this, that there's no other activity which has been so roundly condemned, so frequently discussed, and yet so universally practiced than masturbation. Masturbation is beneficial and not harmful. It's one way by which one can avoid unwanted pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. And in my opinion, if masturbation were to be suppressed, the cases of crimes against morality would enormously increase. Not only that, masturbation is something. You are having sex with somebody whom you love. Not a single patient. Take my word, not a single patient. It was very impressive. Then I thought I need to change my modus operandi. And I changed. And after seeing 55,000 patients, not a single recurrence, I would just simply explain to them. Right? Does intercourse lead to any problem? No, doctor. Masturbation? Yes. During intercourse, what the penis does in a woman's vagina, it does the same in the folded palm during masturbation. Meaning thereby, if you know English, you can pick up French faster. If you know Hindi, you can learn Marathi faster. Because the same script. नहीं डॉक्टर साहब ज्यादा किया तो क्या? ज्यादा का मतलब क्या? ज्यादा बोलने से जबान कमजोर नहीं होती. चुप रहने से जबान ताकत वाली नहीं बनती. नहीं मिकी मैं डॉक्टर जबान एंड दिस इज डिफरेंट. अरे भाई डिफरेंट का है का? Jaban is highly vascular, penis is highly vascular. Jaban doesn't have a bone, penis doesn't have a bone. Jaban is centrally situated, penis is centrally situated. Class. Now, if you explain to them in this fellow, otherwise what happens, even if I cure a case of erectile dysfunction or impotency or non-consummation of marriage, this anxiety is haunt around him. That will the relapse be there because I have masturbated a lot. I have a smaller one. So these things need to be very, very clear. What is important is sexual literacy is most important. You see, this is one example. We don't have enough time, otherwise we would have cleared this entire things, you know. Well, I must tell you one more thing, that human understanding, sympathy, I'm sorry, not sympathy, but empathy, and offering of the adequate sex knowledge are the most powerful remedies, and the value of which tends to be neglected in this modern age. In my opinion, their increased application could obviate the majority of the use of tranquilizers and the so-called sex tonics. Much has been omitted in this talk that might have been included, and it is fervently hoped that nothing has been included which ought to have been omitted. I thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for imparting wisdom. And now I would like to invite you again on stage with us, along with Dr. Batra, to join us in a quick fireside chat, and we'll open the floor for questions. Thank you.
Please give Padma Shri Dr. Prakash Kothari a bigger round of applause. You know, he's talking about a taboo thing. You know, we all have desires, we all have. And I remember I published, we have BW books. So I published a book on well-being of somebody who consulted me. And, you know, in the book, there is a chapter on how having an active sexual life helps your health, you know. So we'll delve on that. And I said to you in the morning that I was introduced to him by a media owner friend of mine who always tells me that Dr. Kothari mere dost hai, main unka client nahi. So I just want to tell you that again, ye mere dost hai. बोला अभी तो मैं नया जानता हूँ, मैं पहली बार मिला हूँ कल, लेकिन फोन पे 3 साल से टच में हूँ, लेकिन ये मेरे जानकार हैं, मैं इनका क्लाइंट नहीं. I just want to clarify that before I sit down. But give him I really enjoyed the talk. The quality of content, the quality of presentation, and the quality of visual aids that you used was outstanding, sir. I never use a PowerPoint presentation. You know why? Because PowerPoint presentations are used by people who are neither powerful nor have a point of view, Mr. Chaudhary. But I also want to acknowledge the presence of Mr. J.C. Chaudhary, who is the founder of Akash Institute, and over the last 1.5 years has partnered with Byju's. He's built a $1 billion company from scratch. He's very humble, accomplished, and when you meet his family, his sons, you can see the value. So, Mr. Chaudhary, thank you for being here. But his passion is numerology. So he launched a couple of months, 4.5 months back, a numerology app, and he'll be talking to us about the benefits. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Pandit R.K. Sharma, whom I talked about in my inaugural address. Mr. Pandit R.K. Sharma is here. I've had the good pleasure of benefiting from his advice. He was the first serious astrologer numerologist, Vastu expert I met 17 years ago. And I can say this emerald and all the gems that I have is thanks to the kindness of Pandit R.K. Sharma. He's also written a book. And what I like him is because he lives the life he preaches. He's simple. Luke talked about simplicity in the morning, but we'll be back to bigger pleasures in life and back to Dr. Prakash Kothari. Dr. Kothari, I want to ask you this because this is, I have to tell you that there's a friend of mine who used to watch a lot of porn. He used to talk. And he took a pledge not to watch porn. In last 9 months, I was having a conversation. He said, I don't watch porn. Now, I think of porn as negative. I don't watch, and I'm being honest. It's not a statement. But sometimes negative desires come. Is there something called a negative desire and a positive desire, or it's again a classification in my mind? Oh, you have a mic, yeah.
Basically, a desire is a desire. It's nothing like negative or positive desire. Desire कम हो सकता है, desire ज़्यादा हो सकता है. You wanted to know about pornography. Pornography is like a double-edged weapon. In the hand of a surgeon, it can save a life. In the hand of a murderer, it can take a life. I'll give you a simple example. I'll ask a question. Suppose if your child asks you a question, what is the normal size of the penis on erection? Anybody in the elite audience can reply.
No child in India asks their parents this question. I can tell you that.
No.
I have not asked my children.
I asked,
and I'm grateful to God for that.
I asked about parents. Why? Because I didn't want you to become uncomfortable.
Right.
What is the normal size of penis? My question to you.
Sir, I am not a PhD. I'm a PhD in entrepreneurship.
Look.
So I won't
Now
be able
look,
to answer this
I'll
question.
tell you one thing. The reason is, if a person knows that the normal sexual length of vagina is 6 inches and only outer 1/3 has sensations, inner 2/3 is virtually insensitive, this gives rise to two answers. If you want to arouse your partner, you are in the digital world, don't waste time inside, just concentrate on outer 1/3. Second, the size of the penis in the erect stage could be anything from 2 inches or more. Now remember one thing, longer the better is a Godzilla logic. If that particular person who is watching the porn, if he is educated, sexually literate, it will benefit him in increasing his own arousal. But if he is not literate and if he is watching this, oh, he has got a bigger one, I have a smaller one, that could be harmful.
Complex. No, I also want to.
That's why if a literate person watches it, it will be to his advantage. ख्वाहिश बढ़ेगी और मोहब्बत की आखिरी मंजिल हम बिस्तरी हो सकती है.
Okay. Again, you talked about, I normally use the word vitality, as I told you, even when I was talking to you.
More acceptable word.
I think it's a more civil word from the kind of background I come from. I'm being very bold in being able to invite you here and talk to you.
Yes, of course.
Things. But as I told these, I'm not afraid of anything, okay, including my wife.
No, even I was surprised.
Yeah. No, bro. Surprise is a good element in everything.
And I must tell you, so far, the first lady who, after I came from abroad, from Masters and Johnson's place, the first person to invite me was a lady for writing a column. That was Vimla Patil,
Yes.
Femina. The first person to invite me on the TV was Kalindi Randeri. She was a lady. And the first person to invite me on the radio talk was Minal Patel. So we all have foreguts, midguts, and hindguts, but the ladies have real guts.
Wow. Thank you. Now, I just want to ask you this question. I know that your personal journey in this domain was, your personal friend was Shri Dhirubhai Ambani, and he got you started. Why don't you tell that story to our audience?
They are all friends. Many friends are there. You are also my friend. Dhirubhai was also my good friend. So many friends were there. So the stories are there. He was a good friend of mine. He trusted me a lot.
Yes. So he trusted him a lot, and that's how he got started. My last question.
And yeah.
Dr. Kothari, I was talking to someone yesterday who wanted to come to the conference and said, Dr. Prakash Kothari, aa rahe hain. For last five decades, he's been relevant, active, and India's #1 expert in this. How have you made sure that of course, the basics say the same, same, the principles stay the same. You talked about, they being relevant for so many centuries. But how have you kept updated? The theme of the conference is well-being in a digital era. The context has changed. In the night before we sleep, we are on our phone. I mean, I keep my phone in a different room, but twice a week I pick it up and I'm not able to sleep well because I'm constantly texting people I see them. So how have you been able to make sure that you reinvent what you have? Basics are the same to this digital era.
I will tell you one thing. If you read Kama Sutra, my basic research was on Kama Sutra. Who was Kama Sutra, which place he belonged to, and when he wrote Kama Sutra. That is my research on which Government of India gave me Padma Shri. Now, Kama Sutra, I have read the complete Sanskrit text. Whatever he has mentioned, you will feel that the Western researcher, what Vatsayana wrote at that time, perhaps they are telling it today. At that time, he mentioned that oral sex is normal. That's what the research of today. At that time, he mentioned that women are multi-orgasmic and men are not. That's the research of Masters and Johnson after years.
I've never seen Mickey Mehta so attentive.
That's the research of today by Masters and Johnson after years of research. At that time, he talked about sexual satisfaction, that sexual pleasure is not a performance to be gauged. It's a pleasure, or more correctly, happiness to be shared between two individuals. And that is the research of today, that a woman needs to be satisfied. Most men, मेरे पास एक बड़ा पाकिस्तान का बड़ा मशहूर शायर आया था, जगजीत brought him to me. तो मैंने पूछा क्या तकलीफ है? बोलता ना साहब, he was a premature ejaculator and never used to satisfy his partner. तो मैंने, उसकी वाइफ भी शायरा थी, तो मैंने बोलता ना साहब आप उन्हीं से पूछ लो. मैंने उन्हें, मैडम क्या तकलीफ है? बोलता मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ. आप बताएंगे तो मैं इलाज कैसे करूंगा? तो डॉक्टर 2 लाइन कह रही हूँ, अगर आप समझ सको तो ठीक है, नहीं तो मुझे इलाज नहीं करवाना है. वो भी शायरा थी. क्या जवाब दिया उसने? डॉक्टर साहब बात कुछ ऐसी है कि वो तो नहा के चल दिए और लहरें तड़पती रह गई.
क्या बात है. So thank you for bringing an interesting twist to this. I won't keep you between, we're already running late, but Dr. Jayamadan, who's a leading astrologer, Vastu expert, Shri Pratik Bhatt ji, who's again a leading astrologer, they're both speakers on the astrology panel, they're here. I just will take 2 questions from the audience. So Mickey, one from you and one from, Anil Singh, my friend and a very senior editor and journalist. Yes, Mickey.
तो पहले तो सेक्स पे एक शायरी, तूफानों से नजरें मिलाओ, सैलाबों पे वार करो, मल्लाओं का चक्कर छोड़ो, चीर के दरिया पार करो.
वाह.
सो अनुराग सर
है,
हाँ जी,
कि कांटों से भी प्यार किया है कभी कभी.
हाँ जी,
कांटों से भी प्यार, आपको नजर करता हूँ.
हाँ.
कांटों से भी प्यार किया है कभी कभी, फूलों को भी शर्मसार किया है कभी कभी. अल्लाह रे बेखुदी तेरे पास बैठकर तेरा ही इंतजार किया है.
Okay, sir, my question to you is that, of course, you and me have been great fans of Osho, and we both have studied Sambhogsa Samadhi, and you met Osho. I haven't, but I've absorbed him like an Ekalavya. So in Sambhogsa Samadhi, so where Osho says that, where sex has to become love, love has to become prayer, prayer has to become worship. But in prayer and worship, where is the room for cunnilingus and fellatio? And do they help you transcend this state of worship?
Only Mickey Mehta can answer.
The concept is basically
deep. Literally.
The concept is basically of Hindu philosophy. Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then Moksha. Even if you read Gita, Lord Krishna in his Adhyaya declares Prajanana Chasmi Kandarpa, meaning thereby I am omnipresent, and in the human body I am present as sexual desire. If you look at Quran Sharif, आदमी औरत का लिबास है, औरत आदमी का लिबास है. माने sex was never considered as bad or wrong or guilty. In fact, it was considered as divine. मन संसार की आधारशिला माना जाता था. बाद में कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि फॉरेनर्स यहाँ आए, प्रॉब्लम हुआ, safety became first on the agenda and sex went on last. Otherwise, there are enough evidences that sex education was very openly given in a country like ours.
Let me ask, I've been married for 21 years, I have two lovely children. And of course, I have a absolutely lovely wife in every aspect. When I grow up, I want to be like her, not like Luke Coutinho, but I want to be like Neeti. You met Neeti, Guruji. And you know what happens is married, when you're married for 21 years, you have children. My daughter is 18, my son is 14. There's no intimacy, we focus on our children, we focus on our careers, we focus on running the marriage. But, in most married couples, after 20 years, 25 years, even if they're physically active, they're mentally active, they don't have intimacy and vitality, and hence, so how does in a married relationship, I'm talking about the same person that you've known for more than 20, 25 years, how do you make sure that you still have intimacy and a desire and fulfill it,
Four-letter word is talk. Communication is the most important thing, which our friend Coutinho mentioned and the other gentleman, Dr. Parikh also mentioned. Submission, जो आपने बताया था.
Acceptance.
हाँ,
Luke used the word
acceptance.
acceptance.
इस तरह से जिंदगी को आसान कर दिया, जो आप बोल रहे थे मिस्टर कुटिनो, कि इस तरह से जिंदगी को आसान कर दिया, किसी से माफी मांग ली
और किसी को माफ कर
दिया.
Thank you so much.
Follow that.
On this question, last question from Anil Singh. Anil, your question.
डॉक्टर साहब, एक मेडिकल क्वेश्चन है. आपने
जी.
बड़ी सारी बातें बताई. While covering crime, I met Mahila Thana and all. 90% divorce case, their allegation on each other happen to be sexual incompetency. 90%.
समझे क्या?
He's saying when he's talking of what you talked in the start, that sexual incompatibility,
हाँ जी.
conjugal,
जी.
togetherness didn't happen. But that's what he's saying is when there were
They don't reach out
complaints in the police station, 90% of these complaints were when they went apart, that they couldn't sexually satisfy each other. That's what he's saying.
What is the root cause for this metro city? You told about Mumbai and Delhi.
He's saying,
Cases
is
जो
it-
बढ़ रहे हैं,
Is this a
कारण क्या
metro
है इनका?
phenomena? Partners not being able to satisfy each
By
other.
and large emotional, but physical component is also there. There are most men who do not know that the partner needs to be satisfied. Most men, after the job is over, they just turn around and sleep. They don't even bother to satisfy their partners. And this is very, very important because sexual right is their basic human right and it needs to be respected. A man needs to learn that he has to satisfy a partner because it's a genuine need. And the woman needs to be vocal. You see, when I started my practice for first 5 years, nobody came, no female came. But today, I receive so many phone calls. Doc, my husband is not performing well. You better treat him or I am taking a divorce. I mean, they would drag their husband. I mean, it's a good thing that they have realized that this is a need. So, ये आपकी बात बिल्कुल बराबर है कि they need to be satisfied and sexual satisfaction is one of the most important things.
And on a very serious note, I think I met you too late in life, and that's not a joke. And second is, I think the fact that you
एक
said,
second.
हाँ.
जो आपने कहा too late in life, your good friend,
well,
Mr. Adhikari, always tells me that Prakash, if you have any difficult case, you send it to my friend, Mr. Anurag Batra. I don't know why. Perhaps you might be advising me.
I think I'll take it as a good joke. Thank you so much for adding to the entertainment question.
Yes.
Markan Bhai created Sub TV, so clearly he knows how to do entertainment. So I'll, in that spirit, please give Dr. Prakash Kotaria a big round of applause and
Thank you so
just
much,
stay
Dr.
on. We have a
Kothari.
memento for you.
We would request
We're
you-
running late. Apologies, but we'll catch up on time. We have a memento for you, sir.